Mr. Jones, did you know that 12 days ago, your attorneys messed up and sent me an entire digital copy of your entire cell phone with every text message you've sent for the past 2 years, and when informed, did not take any steps to identify it as privileged or protect it in any way. And as of 2 days ago, it fell free and clear into my possession. And that is how I know you lied to me when you said you didn't have text messages about Sandy Hook. Did you know that?
I told you the truth. This is your Perry Mason moment. I gave them my phone, and then...
Mr. Jones, you need to answer the question.
No,
You are the boss. There it is. Hell yeah, boss.
Oh, hey.
Oh, yeah. Good morning
And welcome to episode 1010 of Hard Factor. It is Thursday, August 4th, 2022. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. I say those slow because I'm always double checking myself. So don't
always hate to be wrong.
Always sure that I didn't update it, but then I did. Today, Mark's got a cup of coffee in the big time full of law and food.
Yeah.
So
hope you're hungry and ready to be served.
Let me know if you need a partner to tag team that law section. You could take it, but also if you need,
you hop in whenever you want, partner.
I don't know if I will.
You are the Hard Factor Junior legal analyst.
Oh,
right?
I wouldn't say that, but yeah, legally speaking.
Yeah, and all liabilities go to Pat.
There you go.
What was that?
If you're going to sue any of us, sue Pat, because he assumes all legal responsibility for Hard Factor.
I'm about as good as Alex Jones's attorneys,
which we're going to get to.
I know we are.
Oh yeah, that's a great
moment
for the internet.
Glad I dodged that bullet.
Up on deck, Wes has a story about Mark's cousin being arrested in Utah.
Whoa. Yeah, this is crazy.
Not again.
Hope he's doing okay, Mark.
Cousin Andrew?
That's right.
Jake from State Farm.
You nailed it.
It's the only Mark cousin we know, really.
Yeah.
It's also, to be fair, because of that, probably the reason he would be the number one suspect to be arrested.
Oh, cousin Andrew's a hound dog.
You mean the only cousin that's binge drinked around you guys?
Yeah.
He's the only cousin I know that you have that gets after it.
Right?
He does. Jake from State Farm. All right. Pat's got some sexual South Korean news and maybe more.
Yeah. I might want to listen up if you're a fan of garlic.
Oh, I am.
Love garlic.
Sexual garlic. Okay. And I've got a real mind blower about the earth. Close it out. You may have seen this headline floating around. It's a topic that's been on the top of several listeners' minds, so it was sent in a lot. We'll get into it.
Better watch out for the spin zone on that one.
Yeah, it'll make your head spin.
Yeah, it really will. Maybe there's a reason things have felt crazy recently.
I'm all fucked up right now, man.
Some housekeeping. Yeah, because Pat had some housekeeping and they cleaned.
I don't know where my clip is for my
That's
earbuds.
literally housekeeping, right? Because you're cleaning up after the housekeepers where they've rearranged your entire
I have
life.
complaints about the people that clean my house.
Well,
cleaned it
I
too
wouldn't call them
good.
complaints. Yeah, they just did it too good. And you being somebody who's probably I'm not no offense. Normally,
Where
a
do they get
slob.
off, Will?
Normally a slob potentially, right? Like I like myself, right? Then you're gonna have a hard time finding your slobby shit when it's not in that exact spot that has dust around it.
We had an order.
Leave it in all the time.
That's
Thought
right.
we had an agreement. You don't touch my stuff. When
That's
you're at my
Daddy's
house.
desk.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wes and I are firm. Don't let the maids in the office, guys.
You swept up all the cocaine.
Fool me once, lose my shit. You
The
know.
thing's saying memory card full, but it was empty. That's not good, right? That's a bad sign.
Oh, that's real bad.
That's okay. We can keep rolling. You just figure it out, Mark, because
Okay.
you know we're still at that point in the show where if your memory card is bad, it's not going to affect the viewer, and we'll be able to make it up on the back end. You know,
There
we'd
we
rather
go.
have the full experience for everyone than a
There we
shortened
go.
experience.
So I've got some announcements though
This is
that
not
we
me
can talk
today,
about while Mark figures out the memory card. Trivia for everybody who has sent in the card. Patreon.com/hardfactor. Trivia is this Friday, August 5th. trivia. It starts at 9 p.m. Eastern, right, Pat?
Oh, that's correct. Yeah, the room opens at 8:45. It's
There we
via
go.
the app Zoom. Don't know if you've ever heard of it.
Probably do a little Venmo betting, maybe. We'll see.
Maybe we might continue to refine our $1 billion game that the Heart of Hive's developing through test flights is what I'd call it every time.
I believe we talk about that on the Hive Hour that I selected for the Patreon gimmick, as you would say, to be released. We talk about the betting.
Talk about the sale.
Yeah, the sale. Yes, yes. So if you want to listen to how we bet, it's one of the Hive Hours that we released.
Oh, what is that? How can they get that?
They can go to patreon.com/hardfactor and
That's right.
Just get it for free.
Yeah, you just
They could. It's
Forever.
It's the episode 1,000 challenge, guys.
It's the 1,000-week celebration that we give a
It's
gift
a limited
for.
time only.
That's right.
After episode,
We should have called it the
1000
Thousand Island Dressing.
Oh,
We could have.
come on.
Taste of the Hive. It's got several different names.
House of 1,000 free Patreons.
I couldn't sleep last night because I was
not
literally
1,000. Not 1,000 free page. 8.
we can't
Eight.
brand anything.
No.
Well,
speaking of Hive
you
hours
try.
that aren't free that you have to pay for.
We
as
throw a
patron.
lot out there.
We had an interesting one today where we talk about Wes's new endeavor. Coach Wes, you're going to have to check it out.
Ooh, Coach Wes. Yes, you got to meet Coach Wes on the new Hive Hour.
Back in business on the card. And then real quick before we start the news, listener Juice from Tampa Bay. Shout out Juice Stegbauer. And Duncan from New York sent me this picture. And Duncan's bro got this live in Sag Harbor, New York. That's the Mark Borghi Art Gallery.
Oh, wow.
Huh.
It's fancy.
You know, we went to Sag Harbor, Mark,
That's
for that
the
wedding that
more-
one time.
Well, why didn't I go
Accomplished
to the
Mark Borghi.
fucking take a picture of this?
I don't know. It was years ago. It was the Scorelli incident weekend. I don't know if it was open then.
That's where. Oh.
Mark Borghi. The other Mark Borghi's connected to Skrelly.
No. Just remember we went to Sag Harbor for that wedding that one time.
That's up in Sag. That's near Sag Harbor's.
Oh, that's there?
I think so. Yeah.
No, this is like Long Island. I think.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think you're wrong. This is
Oh, I am
fancy-
wrong. I'm
this
thinking
is
of
fancy pants.
That was New Jersey. That was
It was
No,
New
that was
York.
upper New York. That was upstate New York. This is fancy pants. Long
it was
Island.
like on the border because there was like
Yeah.
yeah.
Look,
yeah.
let's do the news. We're not good with geography.
Saginaw.
Cup of coffee in the big time.
No, that's not either. That's not a
Sag
place.
Harbor. It's on Long Island, Pat. You're wrong. It's all good. It's I was told the beers are expensive there, as is the art. But look, let's do the fun fact and the jokes of the day before we get into honorable mentions, the cream of the crop. And yeah, let's go check on listener here. This one comes in from this is from just the internet. Uber Facts says having a hairy chest has been linked to higher intelligence in men.
Yeah. I mean, obviously.
Well, known associate Borky says, "Duh, I already knew that." Come on.
I think Eric, our editor extraordinaire, Eric sent that in.
I mean, and a few listeners. I mean, we're all. I mean, Mark, you've got the most. You've got the most hairs.
Yeah.
Tell me something I
Eric
don't
in
know.
the
you know?
Philippines called me Einstein. Come on.
Explains a lot.
Yeah, exactly. I'm also huge when I get goosebumps. Jokes of the day. Here's this one sent was an Instagram DM from Jim S. And he says, "Happy 1000th boys and happy Natty's Day, Big Natty's Day." He goes, "Hey, you hear about the constipated math teacher? He worked it out with a pencil."
Oh, damn!
I
That's
wonder if it
pretty
was
good.
number 2.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm back.
Take that, cleaning lady. And then we got one from the Discord here from Kevin James Fan 8. He says, guy walks into a doctor's office. The doctor tells him, "Listen, you need to stop smoking because it's terrible for your lungs. You also need to stop eating so much sugar because of your diabetes. And you also really need to stop masturbating." And the guy says, "Yeah? What's that for? Why would I do that?" He goes, "Because I'm about to read you your test results." The guy's just masturbating in the office. Come on.
Yeah, he's just getting it on.
Time and a place.
And then the last one, this one's probably my favorite. This is from Haas Bird, who says, a family checks into a hotel. The father walks up to the concierge and says, "I'm checking in with my family. I hope the porn is disabled." And the concierge responds, "It's just regular porn, you sick fuck."
That's great.
That's good. Speaking of disabled jokes or ableism, we skipped a pretty insane one from Tony from PA that I'm not even sure makes sense mathematically or in general. And there was also a good one from with a camel from Survivor Sean and a good grandpa one from Simon C. But they're a little too long today.
But you can't put all the jokes that are in the thread on here.
Today, yeah.
I mean, it's I mean. You if there's a good cluster of them, you can put them up. If there's one or two, but come on, the joke of the day is a competition. People, you're made by the crucible of competition in the joke of the day. Fred,
you're right, Will. I'm just trying to encourage more people to get in there and give it a little because it's quickly becoming my favorite thread in the Discord.
So many we can't read them all. Who wouldn't love going through our Discord server and reading several jokes of the day every day? It's great. I mean, it's one of the perks. It makes my morning when I see new jokes of the day. Patreon.com/hardfactor. Sign up to any tier and get in our Discord community chat. Trivia this Friday for Sit in the Car. Get those jokes of the day.
Boom. Let's move on to the honorable mentions. Who wants to hear Will scream? Let's just get right into it. Give me 2 minutes, Will, then I'll open the floor. Let me just please explain this one real quick. The NFL is appealing the Deshaun Watson 6-game suspension decision.
Okay.
Yeah. So here's
that's not what angers me.
Oh, that was 3 seconds.
Okay, so the NFL hired a third-party judge who was the lady we showed a picture of earlier this week to rule on the Deshaun Watson sexual assault allegations in terms of NFL punishment for her player misconduct, not legal ramifications. And she ruled on the 6-game suspension based on the NFL's historical rulings on this type of player misconduct, a.k.a. sexual assaults. They have historically been lenient on sexual assault allegations and domestic stuff with kids and spouses and harsh on drugs and alcohol and mental health type stuff. So this ruling was indicative of that, but the NFL has, I guess, in their eyes, been dragged one too many times like Ray Rice's wife. So they're trying to, I don't know, turn a new leaf or set an example out of Watson and get a longer suspension is what it's looking like with this appeal. And it looks like Commissioner Roger Goodell is now the judge, jury, and executioner. Will, your thoughts?
Well, okay, so he is because of this rule where now between the NFLPA and the NFL, they have like an adjudicator, that third-party judge who made the ruling and referenced their light rulings on.
Why bother at this point, right?
Yeah,
was that what it was? They said, "Hey, is it like when something weird happens in the workplace, somebody's bringing a law firm to investigate it, kind of thing?" Like
exactly. And
they don't like her decision.
It's a negotiation between the NFL and the NFLPA that allowed that to happen. But Goodell has like a nuclear clause that says like, if he doesn't like the ruling on anything, he can just say, fuck that and do whatever he wants.
Yep.
And so, I mean, he's such an asshole. Like instead, he wants to crack down on Deshaun Watson instead of just reducing the idiotic, like gambling and weed, offenses to make them more comparable, which would be more reasonable. And,
well, I think the reason the weed shit happens, because I was listening to an interview with Ricky Williams not too long ago, where he was talking about it was on like No Jumper or something. He was talking about getting popped for weed. It's because they have the programs set up. That's why, like, you look at Deshaun, there's no program for not asking masseuses to massage your anus. There's not that program yet.
There's no program.
Not yet. But like they got to stick to the rules.
They shouldn't be testing for weed in the NFL. And Ridley made like such a small bet for his salary. Anyways, also Goodell, he would rather crack down on Deshaun Watson than help get Dan Snyder investigated, who's also the receiver of several sexual abuse accusations. Like the owner of the Washington Commanders. So
it's a good deflection, yeah.
Isn't Congress up in Schneider's business anyway?
Right, but Goodell's not helping. He's like, I already did my bullshit report and sent it in to you, Congress. So like,
we got rid of Gruden.
Right. We fired Gruden over his.
We got rid of Gruden over it. Yeah.
Right.
Funnest guy in football.
Yeah. So he's just a fucking dick. He wants to run it like a king, and he has all the rules set up to run it like a king. So
are you going to boycott the NFL? This is what
I'm saying is no.
So always talk about boycotting the NFL.
What I probably won't. What I'm saying is an LSU fan, where I get a great show every Saturday from my alma mater, no matter what.
Yeah.
And I have to sit here as a Commanders fan with Dan Snyder as the owner, and then the fucking idiot Roger Goodell as the owner over him. I mean, it just like makes me not that enthusiastic about NFL in general, because I can be excited about college, and I'm not going to be as let down all the time. And I will probably ignore the NFL more this season unless the commies are doing well. If they do bad all season, I'm probably just going to ignore the NFL for most of the time, just because
they're rubbing your noses in it.
Well, it's just like I don't want to support. The only thing I could do to not support Dan Snyder and Roger Goodell is just not give them the dollars they get from my constant viewership.
Right.
That's fair, but you can still watch like Red Zone and like do
Oh,
like fantasy football and stuff.
I'll like have to watch playoffs and shit,
Yeah,
but I'm just not gonna like. If I'm not gonna like my Saturday, will be a bigger football day for me than Sunday.
So we had a long conversation about this. I thought Will was going to scream. I'm sorry, audience. And then I made this meme based on the conversation because Will was not happy with Goodell and Snyder earlier today. It's the Indiana Jones South Park. Will is getting raped by Goodell and Snyder.
It still plays, and Mark, I had an opportunity to think about it. I was saying that I would boycott the NFL, and I probably, for the most part, I'm not going to make that.
I understand you're not buying NFL tickets and NFL merchandise. I totally get that, but it's kind of insane to like not do fantasy football and punish yourself because of these assholes. That's all.
Oh, like I'll just probably won't be watching enough to be good at fantasy.
That's
what I'm saying. I mean, so like
we're the hard factor of fantasy is like 28 people. It's going to be a shit show.
Will's not boycotting anything when it comes to the NFL.
All right, that's why.
It's my favorite.
Yeah, you're right. He's man-cotting it.
It's my favorite sport, but I will say that these dickheads who probably haven't played very much football, Dan Snyder and Roger Goodell, have ruined it for me.
Yeah,
absolutely ruined the best league of the sport I love for me because they are such pieces of shit.
It's so close. What are the Browns' odds going to be if they suspend them longer? We'll see. All right, I'm sorry, but we must move on. You heard it. Will is still on the fence in the NFL.
I mean, I'm just a go Tigers. You know what? Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
There you go. See, I'm the opposite because the Hokies are so bad the past several years. I have.
Yeah, no, I know I'm lucky. I know that's a position most people can't take.
Yeah.
So, but plus, I have the convenience, and if Dan Snyder and Roger Goodell piss me off enough, I just like
Saturday's a better day to drink and watch football,
Saturday.
anyways. You know what I mean? All right, let's do some RIPS. Unfortunately, RIP to U.S. Representative Jackie Walorski of Indiana's 2nd District. She was killed in a car crash in Elkhart County, along with 3 other people in a 2-car crash. A car driven by Edith Schmucker. She was behind the wheel, allegedly, crossed over the center line, allegedly as well, and hit Walorski's car. They're saying that Schmucker crossed over, hit Walorski's car head on, killing her and the 2 other people in her car, Zach Potts and Emma Thompson. Schmucker also died. So all 4 died. Walorski had represented Indiana since 2012, and she served on the House Ways and Means Committee. That's pretty fucking awful. RIP to all of them. That's terrible. Stay safe out there on the roads, Hive. Pay attention. Don't text and drive. Don't drink and drive. Right, all that stuff.
Terrible, yeah.
Truckers.
Roads are so dangerous.
Yeah.
So dangerous.
Also, Oxycontin. Don't do that and drive either.
That's fine.
Don't do any of that
That's
stuff.
fine, right? Or do you fall asleep on
And
that?
you fall asleep.
Oh, yeah, with nothing you fall asleep. Uppers. How about meth? Fine.
Adderall, all the Adderall
fine.
you want.
Was there anything
Do
bad?
more
That and
Adderall.
weed makes
Do
me a better
Adderall on the
driver.
road. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
Wait,
that? Will?
what did
No,
they
it
blame
doesn't.
something on that? Did they,
No, I don't. I think
Makes me better, man. I swear.
Schmuck was a 55-year-old lady. I think she just wasn't
More
they haven't-
focused.
It's so soon, but they, I
right?
don't
There's
think-
probably
yeah.
nothing. Yeah. So there's no
Could have been
details.
anything.
Yeah.
It could have
All
been
right.
any reason.
Be careful out there. I forgot how many people got in crashes till we were in Jersey this last
it's
weekend,
so
and it was just
bad.
like nonstop.
Oh, man,
It was
so
fucking
bad.
insane.
I tell Kate once a week, what if I just quit it all and went to school to become a New Jersey State patrolman so I could pull people over?
or
on
a
the
tow
highways of
truck
New Jersey?
driver.
Nah,
You would
I'm not evil.
Never
Will.
be out of
My
work.
wife's
I have a
driving-
heart.
My wife's driving constantly for work, and I'm just like at home, just like, she's on the road on the highways all day. All right. Also, RIP to Vin Scully, the legendary announcer for the Los Angeles Dodgers, who died on Tuesday at the age of 94. Good life there, Vin. Dodgers president and CEO Stan Kasten said of the 67-year vet Dodgers, both Brooklyn and Los Angeles broadcaster, he said, "We have lost an icon. Vin Scully was one of the greatest voices in all of sports. He was a giant of a man, not only as a broadcaster, but as a humanitarian. He loved people. He loved life. He loved baseball and the Dodgers, and he loved his family. His voice will always be heard and etched in all of our minds forever." Scully was a legend. He called a buttload of World Series. He also called Hammer and Hank Aaron's 715th home run when people ran on the field. Yeah, that was
Wow.
the most iconic baseball call of all time. There he is. And yeah, he's a total stud. Total stud.
Did I ever tell you guys that I have a Hank Aaron baseball? Somewhere
you?
around here. Yeah, somewhere
Oh,
around here.
really?
Really? Was it his home run ball?
Is it
Oh,
next
come
to your?
on,
Is it
no.
next to your Jerry Rice signature?
No, the Jerry's
Was it
out
a
right
home run
now. Yeah, it was a home run ball. I don't know. He could have just signed it, but
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
find
it's
it
more
next
than
show.
715 over so. Yeah, total stud for Vin, RIP. Also, great name, Vin. I would play you a clip of his soothing voice, but the MLB's got those rights locked down tighter than a Mormon girl's twat, and YouTube would have a conniption. So we'll just check it out on your own.
Yeah, sports is tough.
You think they're gonna?
Mormon girl twats later.
Yeah. Do you think they're going to use his voice?
Yeah.
There was a big controversy about the guy that did the voice for NFL Films, HBO's NFL Films.
Steve Sable.
It could be the iconic voice, and then they used that in a commercial,
Maybe
and
that
his
was his
family
dad.
sued. But I bet we're getting to the place where someone's going to take a legendary sports voice, AI program it, and then have it call games.
Well, Vin Scully's will be a good one, but that's just weird. I still hate that. All right, how about a bit of good news though for Fat Boy Summer? Taco Bell
John
has
Facenda.
John Facenda.
I think that's correct, Jim.
John Facenda.
John
Well, there's
Facenda in the car if you want to play trivia this weekend.
Yeah.
There's different ones, but Steve Sable was from 62 to 2012, and then they have Facenda, who is also during that time, but he might be the voice though.
I'll get the name. I think I know what to Google for it.
Good food news.
Ed Sable
for Fat
too
Boy
could be.
Summer. Taco Bell has announced that the Mexican pizza is back after they got smashed with a way too high demand like the Popeyes chicken sandwich a few years ago. It's okay now because they figured out how to make more tostado shells or whatever the fuck those things are. And stores will soon be permanently stocked with Mexican pizzas. So
Oh,
there you
good.
go. Officially September 15th, it's back to stay. So one more month of cooking up millions of shells. Right?
And then they definitely won't run out this time, like they had the
Hopefully
last
not,
two
yeah.
times.
They got it completely accurate this time. On how many people they forecasted correctly.
Can't plan worth of shit over there. It is Facenda in the car. It's John Facenda in the car.
Nice. Oh, and we did not talk much about this, but it's huge also for Fat Boy Summer and Summer in general. The Choco Taco, right?
Oh yeah, and also for Taco Bell. I mean, this is huge.
Yeah, the Choco Taco. Klondike just straight up discontinued it recently, and that did not go over well. Don't fuck with the Choco Taco, all right? Look, people were willing to pay $100 for one Choco Taco shipped on dry ice after this news came out. They were like, fuck that. I need my Choco Taco. I mean, people were pissed. I
No,
don't
they
eat a lot.
weren't though. Were they?
No, they were.
dude,
No,
you
there were
nuts?
definitely
Choco
people
Taco?
very.
They
upset.
they were
They're
so
bringing it back.
right.
Yeah.
They could
No,
have
it's
just-
exactly like the Mexican pizza, dude. There's
Yeah.
people are so mad they
Pat,
had
have
to
you
bring
had
it
a
back
Choco
to pressure.
Yeah, once in my life, like most
I've
people
never
who
had one.
claim to love Choco
You've never-
Tacos.
they're
Dude,
incredible.
Taco Tacos, it's just
They're
it's,
good.
If they loved it so much, they would have supported it when it was alive.
it's an ice cream
Just
sandwich
like the
with a taco
WNBA.
shell.
Just like
That's
the
it.
Mexican pizza, apparently.
Yeah.
But that's a gimmick or a sale, as Wes would say.
Look, I don't eat a lot of ice cream, surprisingly. More of a salts guy, unsurprisingly. Hey, what are you, my doctor? But when I do have a Choco Taco, they are fan-fucking-tastic. So I understand why people got pissed. They are, for me,
Oh, this is
S
huge.
or top-tier ice cream truck buys. They're in the top tier.
I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
You can get these at Taco Bell too, right? Because I remember seeing.
I
that
think
they
that's
had-
where you mainly get them.
Yeah, and
where
you get
you
them
mainly
also.
get them, right?
You also get
But-
them in like a 7-Eleven pull-out.
Taco. This
Your
is what
grocer's freezer.
What's happening right here is Taco Bell. If you haven't been recently, and I know I've been a main trash talker of Taco Bell, saying I'm a Del Taco guy over Taco Bell, but no, I went to Taco Bell recently to try to get the Mexican pizza. Had to get some other stuff. I think I got their
September 15th.
breakfast was delicious. And so like their breakfast is fantastic. I'm gonna
Yeah.
keep going back till I can get this Mexican pizza and Choco Taco because this is great for Taco
That'll
Bell.
be
They're-
can you imagine how strong Taco Bell will be if they get the Choco Taco back?
Guys, I feel like it's a
If they ever
gimmick.
Had it?
I'm going to show you something. Let me know if you think this is a gimmick after seeing this. This is what, if you Google Choco Taco,
I might
this,
have to get a
this is what
taco
happens.
pack, you know?
Look, they have a little scrolling graphic
I love it.
with
It's dead.
tacos.
Rest in peace, 1983 to 2022.
in the grave. Yeah, I'm just saying that's a little gimmicky, right? That's a little gimmicky.
Bro,
maybe.
Choco Tacos are
That's just
incredible.
because
Y'all
the
are
Google
nuts.
engineers want their Choco
Will's,
Tacos back.
Will's onto it. Pat and Wes are nuts.
don't think I've
Klondike's
ever had
just
one.
released a statement saying, we know this is disappointing. We've heard our fans, and we're hoping to bring this favorite treat back to ice cream trucks in the coming years.
Oh, wait, they didn't commit
years.
to it anything
Not
soon?
as quick as the Mexican pizza. Anyways, we'll see. Hopefully that takes us to
The cream of the crop!
Hope it's better than that.
Yeah. And today's top story is the one-time guest on a Hard Factor special video, the conspiracy theory loving, gay frog hating, Sandy Hook denying, son of a gun, Alex Jones.
Ho, 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 ho.
Jones.
What's up, guys?
There he is. There he is. Jones took the stand.
You got any cocaine?
Yeah. Where's the cocaine? Oh, in my nose.
Oh, this is my coffee, not vodka.
I already did all of it. Jones
He,
took the stand in his defamation suit Wednesday, and he got his ass handed to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looked hilarious on the stand.
He did. We're going to get a good look at him here in a second. Let me see if I added that. What is it under? It's because we started a new one of these. It'll be in a second.
I'll tell you, it takes about a dump truck to hand Alex Jones's ass, though. Am I right?
Yeah, it does. He admitted under oath that Sandy Hook was
put on some
100% real. So I think that's the first time he's done that. And it was also discovered yesterday that he may have perjured himself.
See, what was so shocking to me was, how is this the first time he's coming clean with this? He must have known.
He may have come clean before, but certainly like the first time, like publicly
under oath, right?
Yeah.
It's just so insane. Because but I guess it was just too profitable.
So
he's making too much money.
Oh yeah, Alex Jones. He knows exactly what he was doing, and
sure.
and he was making a lot of fucking cash from it.
Which is why,
but those parents,
he knew exactly what he was doing, which is the whole subject of this video I'm about to play. He's been on trial against. For those that don't know, he's been on trial against the parents of Sandy Hook, the school where 26 people were killed in December 2012, including 26 and 7-year-old children. They were shot to death. Jones went on an insane and just fucking evil rampage, similar to the shooter for the past several years, just saying it was a hoax, complete hoax. The kids are child crisis actors, false flag.
Right.
He just absolutely went berserk and just denied it. Like vehemently to his millions of listeners, to the point where a lot of his like followers would show up in Sandy Hook and go to the houses of the kids that were being interviewed and scream at them that they're child crisis actors and like torture them again years and years down the road because Jones said it was fake and his people thought it would be a good idea to harass victims in Sandy Hook.
Well, this is how they're trying to take your guns, is what.
Also, no, Pat. I think it's more about when you're hopped up on that much super male vitality. You gotta there's got to be an outlet, and they had to just go scream at Alex's enemies.
Pat's saying it's a false flag, and how they're taking
any gun shooting, he's been saying it's a false flag for the past 10 years. The most recent ones as well. The supermarket shooting, right?
It's just his go-to. It's his moneymaker. Look, it's his bread and butter.
Yeah.
It's his bread and butter to tell his followers that everything they see is fake, and what if it's more than what it seems on the surface? I'm telling you right now.
Those kids are actors. Well, in a twist of fate that makes you wonder if they did it just because it was worth losing their careers over, Alex Jones's lawyers allegedly and quote accidentally sent all of the data from Alex Jones' phone to the Sandy Hook parents' lawyers, which included several years worth of Jones' text messages and emails. Let's take a look at the clip when Jones is told this happened.
So you did get my text messages. And you said you didn't. Nice trick.
Looking good.
Yes, Mr. Jones. Indeed. You didn't give this text message to me. You don't know where this came from. Do you know where I got this?
No.
Mr. Jones, did you know that 12 days ago, your attorneys messed up and sent me an entire digital copy of your entire cell phone with every text message you've sent for the past 2 years, and when informed, did not take any steps to identify it as privileged or protect it in any way. And as of 2 days ago, it fell free and clear into my possession. And that is how I know you lied to me when you said you didn't have text messages about Sandy Hook. Did you know that?
I told you the truth. This is your Perry Mason moment. I gave them my phone, and then
Mr. Jones, you need to answer the question.
No,
Did you know this happened?
No, I didn't know this happened. But I mean, I told you I gave him the phone over and just said no.
Just
And you
answer the question.
said in your deposition, you searched your phone. You said you pulled down the text, did the search function for Sandy Hook. That's what you said, Mr. Jones, correct?
And I had several different phones with this number, but I did, yeah. Well, of course, I mean, that's why you got it.
No, Mr. Jones, that's not what I have.
My lawyer sent it to you, but I'm hiding it. Okay.
Mr. Jones,
Mr. Jones,
please just answer questions. There's no question. Mr. Bankston also only asks questions.
Sure. Mr. Jones, in discovery, you were asked, do you have Sandy Hook text messages on your phone? And you said no, correct?
Oh, now I'm perjured.
You said that under oath, Mr. Jones, didn't you?
I mean, if I was mistaken, I was mistaken, but you got the messages right there.
You know what
Now you got
perjury is,
some
right?
fair game there.
I just want to make sure you know before we go any further. You know what it is.
Yes, I do. I mean, I'm not a tech guy. I told you I gave in my testimony the phone to the lawyers before or whatever, and so you got my phone, but we didn't give it to you.
No, Mr. Jones, one more time. And please remember, if you need to assert the Fifth Amendment, you can. I need to know that you can do that. But you testify.
Now he's lawyering for him.
No,
Yeah, he's like, why don't you just go ahead and fifth it?
You need a little lawyering help, it seems. Let me give you a tip, free one.
When he said he was on the right track, when he said he had multiple phones of that number, he should have been like, well, yeah, I searched it right after I've deleted all my text messages.
Yeah. This is my newest phone. The other phones were thrown in the gay frog pond.
He's got his shirt unbuttoned.
Into his crazy hole. Yeah.
Showing
Not
the
a
vest
tech
on the
guy.
stand.
You should see his fucking studio, man.
Yeah.
His studio is like, and he built it, right? Like he paid for it every step. He's a fucking tech guy.
I don't know
bro.
what
He
his
used to be
finances
rich.
are. There was some things going around the Discord saying in his peak he was making $800,000 a day.
Day.
He
He
made
used to be
hundreds
very
of
rich.
millions of dollars.
I think he made like $90 million. That's,
Yeah.
I heard that number thrown around.
It's
So,
millions
yes.
and millions, but he's got to now. He's gonna fucking
he's
owe
going
it
to give it all
to
to the parents. Exactly.
combination of the parents, the government, and all kinds of people.
So under oath, you heard it there earlier in the trial or pre-trial, something to do with this trial. Jones had said he went through his phone completely, searched for Sandy Hook, couldn't find any text or emails. Whoopsies. Turns out there's plenty of texts about Sandy Hook where he's probably bragging about, how much money he was making and how he knew Sandy Hook wasn't a hoax. But tell it to my Lamborghini, you know what I'm saying?
Boy, I love to listen to that Sandy Hook stuff.
Yeah, and they do. And I hope the parents of Sandy Hook get a bunch of money from this dude. He's made a ton of money off of InfoWars allegedly, so he's got the dough. And that's it. I don't know if he's going to get much jail time. Probably not. Perjuring's like whatever. But just I hope
he's just going to.
I hope he just pays out the ass personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't the divorce wipe him out though? Kind of before, like
Divorce hurt him. I know. He moved money though. So whatever he's gonna pay, it's half of what he was.
Alex
gonna pay.
Jones also. Yeah, he has offshores. He's got
offshores.
got some stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And that's today's cup of coffee. And while Alex Jones looked like a total piece of shit in the courtroom, you don't have to with Mizzen and Main. Pop on a Mizzen and Main dress shirt.
He did not wear one.
Court.
No.
You don't have to. Before
You wouldn't have been able to see him sweating that mad.
No,
if he was wearing a mizzen in Maine.
It wouldn't have been as bad. Not only will the judge let you off if you're wearing a Mizzen and Main, but he's going to ask you, where the F did you get that dress shirt? You look
like a redneck at a wedding. Alex Jones on the stand.
He looked off. It really looked bad. You know where else Mizzen and Mains are what they're great for? How about on vacation? Ever heard of it? I'm going to the beach in a few weeks, and you better believe I'm bringing my brand new Mizzen and Main shirt. I got the red dots. I can't wait. I might wear them twice in the week I'm there. I fucking love that shirt. It's the most comfortable and best looking shirt I've ever worn. Come into the beach with me. You like to golf? Do you like to go to the bar? You like to go to weddings? You like to go out? You like to do anything and look good? How about the dress shirts at Mizzen and Main? They're incredible. I used to dread wearing dress shirts, not anymore. You got to check out Mizzen and Main, the inventors, the performance fabric dress shirt. That's really what sets them apart because guess what? They're machine washable. Lightweight, breathable, moisture wicking, machine washable, no more dry cleaner, like at all with these dress shirts. That'll save you some time and money. On a hot day in Washington, D.C., Mizzen and Main's founder saw a guy running up the hill in a sweat-soaked, wrinkled dress shirt, kind of looking like Alex Jones, and thought there had to be a better way, and he figured it out. They may have gotten famous for their dress shirts, but Mizzen and Main also now makes incredibly comfortable flannels, no-tuck shirts, performance polos, chinos, and so much more, all in performance fabrics with modern tailoring. With Mizzen and Main, it's never felt better to look your best. They've also got, how about over 30,000 5-star reviews? Whoa. Today's our 1,010th show. That's and it was also Mizzen and Main's 10th anniversary. So a lot of tens.
Lines
there.
up.
Yeah, it looks it does.
Triple 10.
For 10 years, that's 3 10s. For 10 years, Mizzen and Main has been perfecting what other brands can only copy. I'm so thankful that we got to work and find Mizzen and Main. They're amazing. Don't have to go to the dry cleaner anymore. They just turned 10. Mizzen and Main did, so they've got great deals running on their site all summer long. Right now, if you go to mizzenandmain.com and use promo code HARDFACTOR, you'll receive $25 off any regular price order of $130 or more. That's $25 off when you go to mizzenandmain.com and use our promo code HARDFACTOR.
Nice.
Mr. Jones and me.
Mr. Jones perjury.
Guys, today's episode is also sponsored by Private Internet Access, the most transparent.
Should have used that.
Oh, yeah, he needed this. the most transparent VPN provider on the market, and this is just the software you need to protect your digital life. Yeah, Jones needed this. You might not be aware of this, but even if you browse in the incognito mode, you're not safe online. Your internet service provider is still storing your browsing history and can sell it to advertisers. Pretty fucked up. But private internet access encrypts your internet connection and hides your IP address, protecting you. And all you have to do is connect to one of the 1,000 servers located in over 80 countries, and even a server in each U.S. state, so you can avoid sporting event blackouts, for example. Plus, you'll be able to get unrestricted access to geo-blocked content on streaming platforms. Private Internet Access has a strict no logs policy. It's 100% open source. It's also available for all operating systems, whether you're Windows or Mac, and one subscription can protect up to 10 devices at the same time. If you want to start securing your digital life, we have a special deal available for you. Probably the biggest discount that we offer on the show. An amazing 82% discount on private internet access.
Not a lot of percents left on the table there.
It isn't. It brings it
They're
down
only taking what? They're only taking 18 for themselves
Did
over
we get
there.
the wrong copy?
It's got to be a typo.
Yeah, that's got to be a typo.
Listen to this. $2.11 a month, and you get 3 extra months added to your subscription for free. So, since private internet access comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee and 24/7 customer support, it's all risk-free for you. So head to privateinternetaccess.com/hardfactor and get private internet access today. That's privateinternetaccess.com/hardfactor. Access for you dummies is ACCESS. Thank you, Private Internet Access, for sponsoring today's episode.
Sick brag, #1 speller on Hard Factor, Wes.
Yeah. Well, access
Reigning
can be
champ.
tricky. Access can be tricky. All right, guys, let's move on.
A lot of C's in there.
A guy, it's tough. A guy in custody, a man in custody in Utah may be a distant relative of Mark after admitting to doing one of the dumbest things possible, accidentally starting a wildfire. Okay. Now, the 60-acre blaze. Yeah, he started a wildfire, Mark. I mean, why did he do this?
I almost have a couple times. Yeah.
The 60-acre blaze is pretty much under control now, but not after costing the Utah County Fire Department and first responders lots of money and time, and pulling lots of young firefighters away from their hot soaking sessions. And by the way, a Utah firefighter, probably the best soakers in the world, if you catch my drift.
Oh, they got stamina.
That's the
for
Mormon
days.
girls twat. Come back.
That's right. Yeah.
Call back. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, honey. I got to go. Don't you move a muscle. Nah, I mean it. Don't move a muscle. I don't want to go to hell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just let it lie.
Yeah. You stay put. When I get back, I'm gonna stick this firefighter dick back in there and do nothing for hours.
Well,
It's like
are they allowed to
red light, green light.
stroke, or they just
No, they
it has
can't
to-
stroke.
They can't stroke.
No,
Well, they
can't
gotta-
stroke.
They can get all the way in, but it's like red light, green light. Once it's green light to get in, and then it's red light the rest of the time.
Right.
So it's like a Chinese finger trap.
Yes.
It's
Exactly.
impossible, is what it is.
Don't
It's-
fart.
It's like having a heart attack on the finish line is what it's like.
Sounds not that fun, but I mean, I get it if you can't do anything else.
It's better than nothing.
Dude, it's better than that.
Way
Check-
better than nothing.
By the way, I mean, these firefighters out there are no slouches. Check out this.
Although we've heard that yeah, Wes, you got some hot firefighters. Where'd you get? Were you
me
just
tell you.
Googling hot firefighters for this one?
hot Utah firefighters will.
Ooh,
Hey,
Check
Mormon
this out.
ladies, try to stay still with these fellas.
those are legitimate.
They'll
Those are
soak you to an
those are
orgasm.
from
Check these
Utah.
guys out.
Look at those.
Look at this.
Look
guy.
at that side tattoo is nice there on the one guy.
I mean, unbelievable. Look at this. Look at this little guy. He will soak the shit out of you.
He's tiny.
he's thick. He's
He's a wrestler.
girthy.
Then we got
He's a little wider than he is long.
We got the pity
The
ad there.
Oh, this guy, yeah.
I don't know. That guy's got a lot of stamina too. He's sneaky. He was in shape. He was in
That guy
cardio.
looks good on the beach, but not on this calendar. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Not compared to these two.
But these two-
soaking machines.
The opposite, though, probably not as much stamina. Too many muscles.
Women are setting fires on purpose for these guys.
Oh yeah. Soak
Oh,
me.
my house is on fire again.
I need to be soaked.
Just throwing stuff at a lit stove.
Yeah. Oops. Anyway, this guy started the fire, and how this idiot started the fire is what made national news, because even though the U.S. Drought Monitor lists nearly 84% of Utah in at least extreme drought and 99%
It's a desert.
yeah, and at least severe drought. Well,
Deserts tend to stay in severe drought.
Yeah. Here's the newscast. I'll tell you what this idiot did.
Springville fire is holding steady at 60 acres and 10% containment. The man who admitted to starting that fire says he was trying to burn a spider with his lighter when the surrounding brush caught fire. Fox 13 News reporter Spencer Joseph spoke with fire crews today and with a spider expert.
This fire in Springville started very quickly and ran up the mountainside. You can see it went from the bottom to the top in minutes.
Yeah, you're not gonna
but
like
now that this fire is really out, the main thing anybody is talking about is how it started.
The start is very unusual.
And really, without much prompting, he just said, yeah, I was up there, I had a lighter, and I was trying to kill a spider, and the brush around it caught fire.
Yep, you heard that right.
Admitted it right away.
A man has been arrested for causing a 60-acre wildfire in Springville Monday because he tried to kill a spider with his lighter.
In these foothills, spiders, there are millions of them, I'm sure.
Sergeant Spencer Cannon with the Utah County Sheriff's Office says he's now behind bars facing criminal charges and potentially the cost of the firefight.
A Class A misdemeanor charge of reckless burning. He was also found to be in possession of marijuana and drug paraphernalia. It was
Fairly unique in my experience over the years for human-caused incidents.
Susie Tenhagen with U.S. Forest Service is also in disbelief as crews continue to clean up the fire.
Firefighters are working to check for those hot spots to make sure that the fire isn't going to flare up.
I'm kind of sad to hear it. From my perspective, it's like there's other things that we should probably do.
Zach Schum is as close as you get to a spider expert in Utah, working with the USU Extension. He says fear often drives people to kill spiders that are harmless.
Our goal at USU Extension isn't to, shun people for doing things. It's to try to encourage folks to understand why those organisms are beneficial, why they're not harmful to humans, why they've been given kind of a bad rep throughout human history. I encourage people to let them be. Even if you see them in your house, most of the time you can just leave them there.
Only 2 spiders in Utah could cause serious issues: the black widow and the desert recluse.
Yeah. Any individual coming into contact with one of these spiders is very, very small.
So in other words, there's no reason to burn any spider you find. Bottom line, be careful with open flames outdoors.
Is that area in fire restriction? Is it not in fire restriction?
Anyway, you get the idea.
They've never seen arachnophobia, that's for sure.
Officer, I tried with a magnifying glass first, but it wouldn't stay still.
Yeah. Why didn't you just step on it?
Right. Well, now he faces a $2,500 fine.
It's the equivalent of stabbing a spider.
Trying to keep
it's getting too close.
Yes, I mean, lighters are pretty small. You got to get your hand pretty fucking close to the spider to light it. Your thumb is within its biting range. Why wouldn't you just step on it?
He's way too high. They found him with a lot of weed.
I don't think he's scared of spiders. I think he wanted to burn a spider.
Yeah. Well, he admitted to it right away. Look at this.
I mean, he shouldn't have admitted. He shouldn't have admitted to it because I'm sure it's a huge crime. It's got to be an enormous crime.
Oh yeah, it's a $2,500 fine that he just admitted to because he was too high to think of anything else except for the truth.
At least it's a misdemeanor.
And now he's got the weird.
It's not a felony.
Spider people after.
No, it's like unauthorized burn or reckless burn or something.
No
it's not
way. I thought it was usually
arson.
harsher. Maybe when it's on. Maybe he's smart then because if it was on purpose, I think you get fucked over if it's on purpose.
No, he definitely. The first thing he said is, "Well, look, the positive is lesson learned." Okay,
right. Maybe he knew the law.
Never doing that again.
Yeah. Right. I was just trying to burn a spider, not the forest.
Definitely wasn't trying to start a bad forest fire.
Yeah.
Right. The real story is this guy. I mean, Jesus. What he's like
what is he, June?
Yeah, he's short little soaking machine.
It's okay, for the listeners, this is like a 5'4" Italian man who's probably 220 pounds.
Looks like an Italian or Mediterranean wrestler, bald.
He does look like a little wrestler, an Olympian.
Yeah, an Olympic wrestler.
He's no business being in Utah, that's for sure.
He's got a thick accent for sure.
A lot of reps.
Yeah.
Took a lot of reps to get that bod.
Yeah, I'm in the top bedroom.
Yeah.
It's getting pretty smoky up here.
Yeah.
I'll be right up.
Yeah, they push him through all the small windows.
Ladies,
do you have any animals? Just the pussy.
Oh, that's good. Let's go on a little journey.
It's time for the TikTok International Moment.
All right, squad. South Korea, sound okay?
Yeah. Better than the alternative. Better than the other one.
Better than the other Korea.
Yeah.
Always. Yep.
So about 2 years ago, guys, a small Central West South Korean town of about 100,000 people, which is known for its local Hongsan garlic, they decided that it might be prudent to promote their cash crop. You know, garlic's their main thing. So they cobbled together some of their garlic earnings, and they made a tourism video of sorts. It was really more like a general promotional video for their garlic. You know, hey, what's good for the goose, good for the gander. Hongsan. And guys, although this town is in the sticks, it ain't populated with no dummies, because the local ad wizards in charge of this town and the commercial that they made.
You say ass wizards?
I said ad wizards. You know what I said. You know what I said.
on.
These local ass wizards. I'm pretty sure I said ad wizards, but it could be either.
I
Guys,
heard ad, but I like ass wizards.
these ass wizards. He's the best. He's magic with an ass.
Maybe I just wanted to hear ass wizards. I think that's
Yeah.
what happened.
Yeah, I think so. Well,
Anyway, guys, these ass wizards are no dummies, because the guys in charge of the commercial, they knew that in order to get attention, which was the whole point of the commercial, right, they'd have to shake things up a bit. And if there's one thing that never fails when it comes to getting attention in advertising, it's that sex sells.
Yeah, it does.
It also just so happens that many South Koreans believe garlic is one of the essential ingredients
boners and shit.
to get boners and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it gives you bad breath though at the same time. So
Yeah, well,
how
you
do
know,
they feel
doggy
about that?
style, you can't smell anyone's breath.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Does it give your bottom mouth bad breath? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, lots of Koreans. Well, look, garlic, by the way, is like essential. It's an essential ingredient in South Korean food. But a lot of
Very
Koreans,
healthy too.
they believe that it boosts a man's stamina as well as improves their sexual prowess.
How do you
right?
think those Utah firefighters get like that?
Yeah.
A lot of garlic, boys.
Tons of garlic.
A lot
They
of
need
garlic.
it because soaking's kind of lame, so you got to really stock up on garlic.
They're just eating raw garlic while they soak.
like a bear hibernating. You got to get a shitload of garlic in before a soak session. Yeah.
Arr.
Italians cooking them garlic-filled meals.
You slice it so thin, it liquefies when it hits the pan.
The firehouse reeks of garlic.
Eating it like
hungry.
apples. Eating it like apples.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, guys, so you know, with those things in mind, they made a very weird, very sexual, and probably very smelly commercial where a woman is about to jerk off a human garlic.
Oh, come on.
Think like the Gushers ads. Remember the Gushers ads where
Yeah.
the teenagers' heads turned into the flavor of the fruit gusher that they ate?
that.
And then that one guy's head turned into an octopus gusher. And it's like, is there an octopus flavored gusher? That was confusing, but that's not the point. It's like those ads, except garlic, right?
Okay.
And the
They
intent.
turn into does their dicks turn into garlic and then she
No. I just mean that he's got like a garlic head, like in the Gushers commercial. I guess the intent, guys, is similar to like the Got Milk commercials, which are paid for collectively by the Dairy Farmers of America. But instead of like Michael Jordan with a milk mustache, it would be
used
the
to have
equivalent-
hot chicks do it too though.
Yeah, sometimes. But it would be like a Got Milk commercial where a farmer's like tugging feverishly, milking MJ while he's staring down a plate of cookies. That's like pretty much the equivalent. You guys want to see this commercial?
Yeah.
Yes. More than anything in the world.
All right, let me dial it up for you. And just a quick caveat, obviously, the commercial is in Korean.
Right.
So,
Well, sure, but I mean,
Which
you
makes
can
it
get
better.
you can get the essence of it. if
well,
just
you don't need to.
listen
You don't need to.
Imagine
You're
what they're saying.
saying no volume at all. Just let's let
No, guys, because I went ahead, and I got
Translate it
a
for
you
text
dubbed it.
to speech bot to read the lines in English. So you're going to hear the lines in Korean, and then you're going to hear my rough translation
Thank you.
of what the actress is saying right after in English. You'll hear the English words right after the Korean
What a
words.
treat.
That's amazing.
All right, so here we go. Here is the commercial, guys. For some reason it got removed, but I'm going to pop
We
it back
did a
up.
new one of these. Same thing happened to me.
Oh, right. Yeah, no worries. Here it
There
is,
it is.
guys. Here we go.
Here we
Here we go.
왔어.
Oh,
hello there. 단단하네. It's solid.
Yeah, it is.
No, 가까이서 보니까 더 잘생겼네.
It's
She's
thick.
grabbing his.
She's rubbing his inner thigh.
Oh, it's hard. Yeah,
And it's
hard.
even more handsome when you look at it up close.
굵고 단단한 홍산 마늘.
Now that's solid garlic.
This is awesome.
Right.
I mean, they got the weirdest actress ever to do that, but I mean, I don't hate the idea.
Were those garlic nuts?
Oh, they were bowls.
Those
It's
were
called a
cloves.
bowl.
I know,
Those
but
are
were they supposed to be
cloves.
The whole
nuts?
head.
Yeah, I'm aware of.
So the guy's
Italian,
head was a
I
whole
know.
head of garlic.
Eat a lot of garlic. Yeah,
Right?
but what, were they supposed to be nuts?
But she was grabbing. He had a man's penis in his.
Oh yeah,
so you could see
Mark.
that.
Yes, they were bulbs put together to look like nuts.
That's what I'm
it's,
saying.
It's a sexual innuendo. Yes.
Yes,
Oh
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, the whole thing was a sexual innuendo.
Love it.
Right.
The guy. I mean, he is sporting like a fake dick in his pants.
Yeah.
that she's grabbing.
She
on
said
his
it's hard,
thigh.
it's thick.
Oh,
Yeah,
hard.
and Mark, it's funny you say that. She said it's solid, but I got the translation wrong. It can also be translated to it's hard. She definitely did also say that it's thick.
This
Yeah.
is amazing. And then it zooms out, and as Pat said before we played it, it's just a guy with a garlic head.
Is that like to protect his identity because he,
No, because he's personifying garlic.
garlic.
when he has garlic, he gets hauled.
He is garlic.
Right.
He's
No,
garlic
he is
now,
garlic.
yeah. All right.
She's about to go down on
Look,
garlic.
I would have
She-
bought garlic there anyways, but now I'm definitely buying garlic.
Right.
there. Yeah.
Cook some garlic tonight. After that, that's selling garlic right there.
Right. She's about to beat off the garlic like the farmer in the alternate got milk commercial, but it's MJ.
Damn.
Right. Anyway, guys,
Yeah, it's true, but
it's a pretty dead on analogy, Will. It's pretty similar.
she's about to just go to town, and when you realize that it's just her and the garlic in there, it's not as dirty as you might think.
I was imagining in this alternative got milk commercial, MJ's in a barn alone with this farmer. There's a
Right,
plate,
but there's
plate
no
of cookies.
celeb in here. She's just with her and the garlic in the end.
Yeah, the similarities is
Throw
that
in that little
they're saying-
Italian Utah firefighter in there.
right.
yeah, it's him.
The similarities, Will, is that the commercial is being paid for by a collective of people who have a similar.
Oh, I agree with that. I'm just saying, like, because they have it just her horny for garlic.
Both effective.
In the end,
Yeah.
all she has, you kind of have to. They're kind of telling you, hey, get your mind out of the gutter. She wasn't talking about a long, hard dick that was thick and she was ready to suck. She was talking about how she wanted to put that garlic in her.
Yeah, they got the firmest garlic around. Anyway, guys, the commercial sat on the town of Hongseong County's official YouTube page, where
Infinity views.
No, you'd think that it did, but no, it sat there for 2 years, just quietly and creepily racking up about 60,000 views. So some would say a failure.
One guy watched that 1,000 times.
Some would say a
60K?
failure.
That's not a failure.
Farmer,
Yeah, absolutely. The budget on that commercial was absolutely like at minimum 30 grand, 60K views.
nothing, yeah.
30 grand.
Oh, that was terribly shot.
But they were taking a
It's probably like
loss.
10 grand budget.
Yeah, I'm thinking 10.
Even still 10 grand, you don't get paid $1 million. You don't get paid, 3 grand until you get 1 million
No,
views. So-
but Pat, if I go, you're helping them because if I
We're
go to
talking
South
about it,
Korea
aren't we?
in this town of 100,000 people, I'm buying all of the garlic.
Don't even worry about it, Mark. Don't even worry about it because there's a
Okay.
twist to this story, guys.
Okay.
There's a twist to this story. Look, we might have never heard of this, okay? It might have just stayed on YouTube. And, probably things would have been a lot quieter for the town if it had just stayed there on their YouTube channel, which, by the way, town YouTube channel, this is pretty weird content to put on the official town YouTube channel, whatever. But what happened
Look at
next?
their videos.
Well, not when you're going for
They're a little
sales
weird.
here.
Yeah, they're
Sales.
excited about it.
That's true.
Sales, guys. You got to put something out there in order to get something back.
Yeah, and look, the town was probably distraught after spending the $10,000 to $30,000 they did on the video for 60,000 views. But you know what? There's nothing. You can't say these people aren't determined, right? Because 2 years later they said, you know what? I feel like we didn't get all the juice out of that commercial. I feel like this commercial has more runway than just living on our YouTube page. You know what I mean?
It needed a sequel, or they're just going to promote it now.
They needed exposure, Will.
Well, we weren't ready for
Yes.
it back 2 years ago. No, the
Yeah.
world wasn't ready.
So
Yes, it did.
someone talked to someone who talked to someone who talked to someone in the big city of Seoul, capital of South Korea. And that commercial recently began playing on video billboards in Seoul and Deshaun. And it didn't take long before a lady erotically rubbing around the genital area of a human garlic before the commercial got the attention its makers had originally intended.
There we go.
Yeah, guys, the commercial has caused quite a fuss.
People are upset about this?
Oh, people are very upset about it. People are up in arms.
They're upset they didn't see it earlier.
No, they're upset. You know who's specifically
Why am I not the
upset?
garlic? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wish that was the garlic.
That could be the actual motivation, but they're not saying that. They're saying they're upset because
Garlic head.
because they themselves farm garlic. Yeah, it's the garlic farmers and other
They're
farmers
upset about that.
are saying that this is an absolute disgrace. A ton of South Korean farmers have banded together to speak out against the commercial and have demanded it be pulled from both the Billboard and YouTube.
That's what he was demanding too. It be pulled.
He wanted it pulled and then pushed and then pulled and then pushed. Guys,
Taiwan on.
In a statement,
garlic bulb wants.
In a statement, and this organization I'm about to mention should really rethink their name, but in a statement from the Korean Peasants League and the Korean Women Peasants Association, the groups demanded that those responsible for making this ad be punished, forced to apologize, and also outlined, quote, steps on how to prevent similar incidents from happening in the future.
Don't make garlic jerk off videos in the future.
Yeah, you can't prevent this.
Step one and only.
You're right. Now that we've seen it, it's Pandora's box. It's kind of
no, you can't prevent this at all. And also, garlic, guys, I am looking it up. It does like to be yanked right out of the ground. So I mean,
firmly.
You can do all kinds of garlic sex analogies.
South Korea has some of the most fire movies. You know, Parasite. Ever heard of it? Old Boy, the original. South Korea's got some incredible films. They need to just hire this garlic director and have him take the next step in film.
Yeah,
give him a bigger budget.
I agree. Sauteing.
Imagine what he could do with a better actress than that. I mean, she
was fine.
She's got some crazy eyes. No, I don't know.
She was fine.
I don't know.
She was fine. Look, it was effective, Will. So let's not go nitpicking it, okay?
It was effective, but I would say round 2, I would maybe go for some different talent.
Okay, guys, look. Now we have a new thing to look forward to. Okay, I've opened your eyes to this, but back to the story, please, guys. The statement from the peasant farmers and the women peasant farmers continues. It reads, quote, "We can't repress our astonishment. The video offended the people who watched it and dealt a blow to the image of agricultural products that farmers have laboriously grown." The statement went on to categorize the commercial as, quote, suggestive, quote, inappropriate, and perhaps, guys, the worst sin of all. The ad, quote, sexually objectified garlic. And that's verbatim.
Well, you got to think here. You know who else is behind this too? You know who else is behind this too, even though they're probably silent funding this in the background? Big zucchini, big cucumber, big banana.
Yeah, they're jealous.
Big pickle. They've all been wanting to do the dick jokes for years, and they just can't because it's off the table.
I went to community college with a guy named Big Pickle.
Right, all of those produce, they're like, look, fuck this. You can't.
Yeah, well, you're so right because these type of products thought the others would do it. They had no idea it would be garlic. Garlic was never in their even thoughts of doing this.
I wouldn't have
they're
guessed it.
Furious, yeah.
Right. Garlic snuck it in on them, and so they're all just pissed.
Anyway, guys, I just did one story today because I really wanted to focus in on this important, very important topic.
Well, it was.
Yeah, great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it. Now we're all much more knowledgeable, I'd say. Let's move it along to the last story of the day. And hungry. Good thing we only have one story left. And you're going to be hungry. You're going to need to eat to stop the nausea after you hear about this one. The world keeps spinning. Right? You've heard that before. It's like a lot of songs say that. They're like, it keeps turning. World keeps on turning. Yeah, well, turns out it's turning faster than ever. Have you thought that it's like
and I did notice that.
You feel a little funny? Really? You feel
I felt it a little.
I thought it was the long COVID.
I thought it was the diabetes.
I thought it was my fatness, but turns out
no smoking.
Slipping. I was singing Steve Miller Band Slipping, not
the depression.
Yeah.
Right. No, Wes. It's because the world is spinning so fast that we might not be able to handle it, actually. So
we'll see about that. Go on.
Okay. First, I want to say, before we get into it, I don't know what this means at all. So don't ask me to tell you exactly what it means, but I think it's probably based on the CERN somehow. And the long and the short of it. Yeah. I mean, right, Mark? I mean, come on. If this is happening right after they flip the CERN on, long and the short of it is that the scientists are saying that there's a 70% chance we may have to lose a second of the day every single day, a skip second every day.
It's fucked up.
The Earth has been spinning a ton faster since about 2020.
Hold on. We're going to have to give these seconds up. For
the whole world will have to give a second back.
What do we get? What do we get?
Nothing. We get confused brains, confused systems, confused everything. We get
what?
We get fucked.
How many days?
Who negotiated this?
1 day.
Nobody. This is just what's happening. Our calendars are becoming
For the full
off by
year, 1 second, or every day?
No, every day.
Every day from now on.
So you're talking about
day.
365 seconds a year.
But
do the Mayans know about this?
Maybe it'll start with one a year, Wes. They haven't even fucking thought about it because
I know that. Why don't we just get rid of leap days?
Hey, some people are born on those days, Mark.
Right, but they're going to have to have leap seconds now, Mark. It's going to have to be leap seconds anyway. Let's get into what the scientists say.
It's like I was never born at all.
Yeah.
There's a lot of scientific quotes on this one, so let's read them. The
Okay.
first guy says,
If the Earth's fast rotation continues, it could lead to the introduction of the first ever negative leap second.
Said astrophysicist Graham Jones. So I'm not kidding. That's what Graham Jones said.
I was onto something with the leap things.
No, you're right. You're right, Mark. A bunch of other American and Russian nerds were also saying it's because of the Chandler wobble being disrupted from 2017 to 2020.
It's like a nerd dance at a wedding.
Yeah, again,
Like a NASA wedding.
I made it up. No one else knows it but me, but I
What
do
happened-
it really well.
Exactly
Chandler
what
from
happened.
Friends?
What happened with the Chandler wobble? Tried to research it. Watched a bunch of videos that I think have nothing to do with the Chandler wobble because I don't really understand any of this. So others are guessing though that the magnetic poles could be flipping, which would be obviously a big deal, right? Like north pole be south pole would be
Would our water go the opposite direction? In the
Yeah, like we'd be Australia.
Yeah,
Different Hemis.
Ooh.
So they're guessing that could be the cause
That
of
would
it.
be a brain fuck.
Guess what that would cause? It would cause us to have more than one magnetic pole at a time
Vertigo.
for multiple years while it's happening, up to 8 poles. So that means that there's just magnetic fields everywhere.
Earthquakes.
Oh man, those are the type of Hemi
But-
problems you can't solve with a cream.
Dude, that would be really bad. But everybody would have more aurora borealises everywhere since you'd be closer to a pole. So kind of like,
That'd be
hey,
cool.
look at that.
I would
that.
take that would take a lot of that crap for aurora borealis. Yeah.
Hey, but that's probably definitely happening, right? The pole flips, right?
Oh, it's got
You guys think so? For sure, right?
100%. Yeah.
I don't know. We're 3 minutes into the story. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know.
you seem confident.
Oh, it's definitely happening. But if it is, nobody knows since the last pole flip was 780,000 years ago. So we have no clue if it's a pole flip or
Well,
not.
there has been a pole flip before.
But like nobody knows. It could be today, but it could. But why
Is the
this
world
pole-
just going to
how-
one day just go whoop?
Right, Wes. No, the magnetic fields, but it might happen over a long period of time. How are we just learning about this now? How did it take to the shortest day ever for us to learn about pole flipping for the first time?
No, this is like just one in a series of things that we're like, how come we just figure this out?
Right.
This just proves that we know not much.
We don't know anything.
Yeah.
Maybe if the pole flip is so powerful, look into it. That it may be
Right.
doing other things, right? Like instead of just saying like, oh, it could be a pole flip.
There's lots to look into, man.
This is a major what's in the oceans, what's in those big pockets, this is a yeah.
And they're saying the short day is related. So here it is, another scientific quote.
On June 29th, 2022, Earth completed one spin in 1.59 milliseconds, less than 24 hours.
Yeah, that's too fast.
1.59 milliseconds too fast, Mark. Less
Yeah.
than 24 hours. This is the latest in a series of speed records for Earth since 2020.
And this is the same Russian nerd who gave that statement, who says that it's a 70% chance that the Earth will need a negative leap second, but that with today's technology, there's no way to know for sure.
You know what this is? This
What
is
if they're
big.
wrong?
This is big clock. Someone's gonna come out with a new clock. You're gonna have to buy
Well,
it.
Also, what the fuck is science about? They're like,
I
we
hope
don't
people
know if
start
it'll
saying
happen
big
for
clock.
sure.
There's going to be major mess ups on broadcast air.
Big cock.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh. Yeah.
Well, what's up with these scientists? They're like, you just have to trust us. Doesn't that sound awful like,
No, I
like
don't trust
religion?
it. That's what I've been saying. I
Like,
don't-
yeah, it's like,
Science
no,
is
dude,
so cool, but it's just like we don't know anything.
you literally tell us not to trust anything, and
Yeah.
but now we're supposed to trust you that just because you don't have the computer yet.
Yeah. So
does
what's
it- we need a leap
365
second.
seconds? What is that? Like 6 minutes? That's 6 minutes,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Six
6
times
minutes a year?
60 is 360.
Yes.
6 minutes a year.
A whole lot can happen in 6 minutes.
Like
Look
how
at
many
the fourth quarter of a
years
football
until you
game.
lose like a day,
A leap
like
day.
like 10,000 years?
Right, and it's all based on atomic clocks, and they
I'll
say
be
that
dead.
like, yeah, no, it's a mess. This is a mess right here. This is a complete mess.
It's alarming that we're talking about pole flips. That's for sure.
Pole flipping is a real problem, and I don't.
Yeah.
I was really upset when I saw how much a pole flip could do to us. And
240 years.
yeah, this has
We'll be
really
dead.
knocked me off my rocker. So also though, I want to say something that's knocked some of the listeners off their rocker. Eastern Kentucky. Our hearts go out to everybody who's dealing with the terrible flash flooding there. And for those who want to help out in that area, because it really got devastated by flash floods recently, you can get in touch with Team Eastern Kentucky Relief Fund or others that you look up, but that's a good one, to help with the recovery. The floods have killed at least 35 people so far, but I think it's just like devastating damage in terms of like, and it's not an area that like has a lot of resources to bounce back quickly.
That sucks.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Bluegrass State.
What's that?
The Bluegrass State, man. Yeah.
Indeed.
Beautiful place.
Indeed. Beautiful. You can help them out by going to that place. Also, real quick, don't want to end it on a bad note. Want to end it on a real good note. Called it. I mean, not good for America, but good for me because I called it. The Democrats definitely want Trump to run again. They just helped John Gibbs, who is a Trump-endorsed candidate, beat Peter Meyer, another Republican, in the Michigan congressional primary.
Meyer got third, I think, right?
And he got second, but Meyer was one of the few reps to vote to impeach Trump. So you'd think the Dems would like him, but no, they're bringing in a Trump candidate paid, I think, like $500,000 to the other guy's campaign. So maybe Rep Meyer will want to come on the pod now and talk about why him voting with the Dems so much got him voted out of office with their help. You know?
So you're saying the Democrats gave $500,000 to
his opponent
campaign?
Yeah.
To
his opponent.
That's
interesting.
That's dirty.
I'm a Republican.
That's dirty pool.
Right? Yeah. I mean, like, hey, come on. We could claim being MAGA candidates and maybe the Dems.
Listen, I hope he does run again, not only for my bet, but because of just the
bet.
content.
I'm getting screwed out of the bet.
Oh man.
It's the bet. For me, it's
I think there's a lot of people.
Polls.
Yeah, it's a flip a poll thing. I think
that's what happened in the 2020 election.
This is exactly, Pat, right? It's a major flip a poll thing. They're like, he's so beatable. We got to get him in there as the guy. And then like, fuck.
Lightning can't strike twice, can it? His rallies just have 700,000 people at him.
He's got MAGA Hulk over there.
Let's bring him back. He'll never win.
Yeah, we forgot MAGA Hulk's going to take
There's a billion Trump tattoos.
Right. Yeah. I don't know why they keep thinking he has zero chance every time.
Poke the bear,
anyway.
but
yeah. Well, so again, maybe bad for the country, great for me. I called that one. Anyways, time for the wheel.
Time for the wheel. Okay. Pat is on the high five, correct?
Yeah, you're damn right I am.
Damn right.
Yeah. 2 weeks of high five. So it's going to be a good one. 2 weeks of high five. And
okay.
Weasley.
Coffee it is.
Oh, Weasley.
This dog's named Zinter.
Zinta. Did you find McDonald's? Zinta, did you get a Mickey's?
And Will on TikTok.
Well, that's going to be a pricey Mackey's.
Nice.
There you have it. There's the lineup.
Tiki-taki. Love it.
It's good to be back. It's good to be crossed 1,000.
Oh, yeah.
Right, this week.
Going on the road to 2,000, back from the beach, ready to keep it going. And that's going to do it for Hard Factor today. Do the 1,000 Patreon, 1,000 episode Patreon challenge, where you can go look at our 8 favorite Patreon shows for free. Just go to the patreon.com/hard factor and look at our posts and just look at the public ones. You can look at all of them. That's eight different hours
Full
of Florida Man or Hive Hour, whatever, different deep dives. Get a little sample. Bet once you pop, you won't be able to stop. You'll sign up for patreon.com/hard factor. Come to trivia this Friday night if you sent in the car on Patreon. And most importantly, have a great fucking day.